Hello everyone, this is Sam. In today's video we're going to be talking once again about Druid, and more specifically about Phalanx Strength Druid, as we kind of like to call it as of lately. And I hope that this video will bring you guys an idea of what you can do when you're completely new to the class, have virtually no gear and no idea where to get started. So first of all, it is very important to say that the two most appreciated variants of what you can play on a Druid at the moment are going to be, on one hand, what we would call jokingly the girlfriend Healer Druid, which is going to be Magi and Harriers or full Harriers, and which is going to focus on healing and wound duration to make sure that you maximize everything you can give with the build. On the other hand, we have some condition-based build, so we have a few different splits possible. One uses the same gear as Soul Beast, but instead goes into Nature Magic for the traits, and the other one goes into the classic Wilderness Survival for the traits, but relies on Runes of the Traveler, which means a little bit less condition duration and an extra set of gear. Now, if you are just getting started to Druid, you might not necessarily have the knowledge required to play the class well, or the capacity to acquire the gear that is needed in order to play these two most prized builds. And for this, I have a solution. What you have the most issues with, usually when playing Druid, especially at the moment, is using Quick Draw at the right time and going into Celestial Avatar to be able to spread might. The best way to be able to play without these two issues would be to stop using the Quick Draw trait and have enough wound duration so that you can go into Grace of the Land on cooldown of it, hoping that you would have gotten enough Astral Force in between. So the solution that I have for you today is to play Power Druid. So Power Druid is a build that has always been lying there in the shadows because the DPS isn't as good as Condi, the healing isn't as strong as a full dedicated healer, so it kind of stood in between being rather useless, but it is literally the best training wheels you can go for when you want to get into Druid. It is a good way to start learning the class and be a tad useful, at least more so than playing a build that you have no idea what to do with, failing your quick draws, and all in all being relatively bad at the rotation. So you're going to swap Quick Draw, which is the trait that reduces the cooldown on a weapon skill when you use it after a swap, for Vicious Quarry. So Vicious Quarry gives you additional critical strike chance and, well, doesn't have the drawbacks of Quick Draw. Now, that is literally the only thing that you have to do. For the rest of the traits, you're going to be playing with the classic Nature Magic, classic trait split. You can go for Windburn Notes if you wish to. Your boon duration is more than enough to allow you to outtake the Chronomancer. And the Nature's Vengeance is a most classic that you need to go for in order to generate some extra might from your Frost Spirit. Now the other traits that you go for are also very classic, and you remember to take Spotter because Power Druid will most probably be good if you are put in the same sub-squad as the Weavers. Now this is all that you need to take, and of course we do not present the Druid line with, most importantly, the Lesser Seed of Life and Vetted Edgic trait, which allows you to get Celestial Avatar skills out of your glyphs, which means that they will also apply the 4 stacks of might from Grace of the Land. So as far as the gear goes, you're going to be in full Berserker. So here I have some pieces which are Assassins because I was testing some stuff, but full Berserker works just fine. You're going to be playing with a Sword, a Warhorn and an Axe because this combo is going to be the best way for you to get damage on a rotation that is not too Quick Draw reliant, and for the rest you're going to be having full Berserker as usual. Now, the interesting part is that we're going to be using Superior Rune of Strength. Superior Rune of Strength was actually pretty interesting back in the days when Power PS Warrior was a thing, as it could be run on it for the people who had difficulties generating might, while the better player would be running with Scholar Runes and going completely trustful on the might that they could provide. Now, the reason why we're taking this is to be able to get our might duration to 67.66%. The reasoning behind this is that you want your might to be able to last over 10 seconds. And that's exactly what happens here, because 66.66% is all that you need. Now that we have gotten over all of these points that are rather important for the build, I will be demonstrating with a most simple rotation what you can be doing. Now, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video, that it has proven informative to you, and that you have gotten out of it what you need in order to be able to get started as a Power Druid. Now, I mind you again, this is by far not the most optimized build you can go for. This is not gonna be able to save the asses of your teammates if they are needing more healing, and this is not gonna be able to output the same DPS as you could be getting from a conditioned Druid. However, if you want to get into Druid, if you want to have your training wheels, and if you want to get further into your experience as a Druid, this is a solution for you. Now, I hope that everyone has enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up, and if you want to spread the word around you by sharing the video, you're more than welcome to do so. Now, I wish every single one of you some happy playing and to get started on Druid.